Our team coverage continues this evening with Fox 12's Camilla Ortiz.
She's live in Troutdale. And Camilla, you've been seeing some slick areas out there, but also some dry patches. It's strange. Typically, Troutdale is the most severe place when we do weather stories, but Drew's location seems a lot colder than where you are. What's it like?
Yeah, Pete, that's absolutely right. It's been interesting. It really is coming in patches, those bad conditions, good conditions. It just depends on where you are and what part of the road you're on. So take a look. Here, we're at the truck stop, the Love's truck stop in Troutdale. The wind, it'll come in gusts. Right now, it's not that bad. But, man, when that wind is blowing, you can see the snow blowing over the roadway. But for the most part, yeah, you're seeing here not very much accumulation, just kind of a dusting here in Troutdale. Not terrible conditions besides the wind and the cold, but check out what we saw a little further east on 84. And Pete, I heard you mention it. We saw this semi-truck jackknifed in the westbound lanes. This was about 3 or 4 miles west of Multnomah Falls. That semi crashed through the concrete median, and Oregon State Police said that shut down the left lane. Not far from there, we saw another semi that had driven off the road on the westbound side, and we continued driving east to Cascade Locks. Road conditions actually got better on 84 as you went further east from Multnomah Falls. We saw everything from snow between the lanes to completely clear surface in Cascade, or leading up to Cascade Locks. And then in town in Cascade Locks, we saw some flurries and some strong wind, but again, not a lot of accumulation there besides some snowpack and some ice on the roads in town. We talked to a truck driver back in Troutdale who said he's driven in worse conditions, but everybody needs to take it slow.
Well, they are slick, but it's changing. And so you'll have good roads where it's dry, then you'll get into some ice. And so basically just slow down. Just take your time. It's no big rush tonight.
I was curious. I asked him about the big storm back in 2008 because that truck driver has been driving for about 15 years. He said, I don't know if it's going to be quite to that intensity or not. This one does seem to be starting off a little bit slower when it comes to snow accumulation. So we'll have to see what happens here, but we'll continue to keep an eye on things. Again, it is cold. It is windy, but at least here at the mouth of the gorge, we're not seeing too much trouble as far as the roads go. But don't get complacent. Like we heard that driver say, you're going to run into good patches, and then all of a sudden you're going to run into bad patches depending on how that wind is blowing that snow. So if you can, stay home. If you can't, be careful out there on the roads. Reporting live in Troutdale, Camilla Ortiz, Fox 12 Oregon.